Hi, everybody. Welcome to this week's Tuesday Talk. Boy, do I have a lot of things to share with you today. Lots of changes. I'm going to get into it. First, right off the bat, I want to welcome all the new members who have joined my channel this week. I'm shocked. There's an additional 17 people who have joined since the shout out I did last week on the Tuesday Talk, and you'll see the list up there. I've taken out people's last names because I just want to know that I see you, and a lot of these names I recognize from my Facebook group. Thank you so much for also coming here to support the channel in this way. This is so helpful to me, and the fact that you're supporting me in multiple places just means so much. So thank you. And watch for my question posts that I'll post in the private members area. The first private members video will be coming out during the next few days. If it's not there already, it might even be there already. So anyways, let's get on to all the things that have happened this last week. First of all, I do feel like I have to point out that this shirt is my first ever size small item of clothing. Yes, it's snug. And yes, my hips are not fitting into a size small anytime soon. So that's just not going to happen. But a part of me does. and I'm excited about that. So the first subject I want to talk about is the second sardine challenge that ran in my group with a few ladies joining me. And the reason I did another one so soon is because the whole thing from my end here is on a video that is going to be compiled this week and will be out next Sunday. There's so many pieces to it, and it went over 3 days. It's the most ambitious video that we've done so far. And so it's going to take a few days to get all the bits and pieces together in the right order and edited for you guys. But I wanted to, first of all, I want to show you what it looks like as far as a couple of the new things that I did this week that I didn't do last week. Last week, I basically, for 3 days, I opened up a can of sardines and just ate them with a fork. That was it. Nothing, no attempt to kind of make it a little more interesting or anything like that. This week, I decided I was going to try a couple of new things, and you will see on the screen there. First of all, the top left, that was the day before. I went out and I got quite a variety of sardines. I got plain ones, water, olive oil, boneless, skinless. I got mackerel. I got ones that were in different preparations. So just so that I would have a variety of things to try, I got the cute little sardine plate. In fact, I got two. You'll see the other one in this other picture. I'm one of those people where sometimes presentation just makes something better. It gives me just a little bit of joy. Oh, I get to use my cute sardine plate. I don't know why that helps. It helps me. So two things that I just wanted to point out with these two pictures. So I found that for the most part, if I ate a can of sardines out of the fridge, that's how I like them, cold. I made a little, what I'm calling sardine sauce, and you'll see that in the video. I made a sardine sauce to drizzle over top, and then I added some, a drizzle of yellow mustard. This, to me, tastes amazing, and it just makes all the difference in the world. the second big thing that I tried this week, and this was recommended by Denise in the Facebook group. She suggested that I pan fry the little tiny sardines in a cast iron pan, and they would be crispy. And she was right. In fact, I liked them so much that when I did this yesterday, I did 2 cans at once, and that was my meal. So you'll see that on the video as well. So that's mostly what I had this week, other than a few 75, 25, just regular carnivore days. Little interesting fact that I discovered, that most cans of sardines that are packed in oil are actually 70-30, which is the same macros as a ribeye steak. Yeah, tastes different than a ribeye steak, I know. But I just thought you might be interested in that. So let's take a look at the chart up here as to what happened. I am also going to talk about the weight change, believe it or not. So first of all, let's take a look at... okay, so what you'll see up there is you'll see last week, February 8th, right at the top, the first part. That's where I was when I got back from my trip to Victoria. I was out of ketosis, and quickly I got back into ketosis. The SC on the side means sardine challenge. So that was my 3-day sardine challenge, and you can see that the good effects of that lasted. My ketones never went down a lot. They kind of stayed in that 1.5 range, and right up until the 15th, which was the day before I started the second challenge. There was also some things going on the right-hand side, which I'll talk about in a moment. So on the first day of the sardine challenge, my blood glucose was a bit high. But the day before, I had a very late dinner, and so there was less hours in between, which could make a difference. And I also had my very first weight training workout, actually resistance training workout. I joined a gym. I keep calling it a gym, but really it's like a fitness studio, and I go to 3 classes a week, and it is for women who are age 50 and older, and so their focus is on building muscle for us, having us learn how to get up and down off the floor without needing support. Need a lot of help in that area, and just being able to do very functional things because we're building muscles in the right place. I'm beyond excited about it. My muscles are killing me today because I've had 3 workouts this week that, haven't felt those muscles in many years. So the very next day, I had much lower blood glucose, much higher ketones, a GKI of 2.19, and Dr. Baugh's ratio of under 40, yeah. And the very next day, a 30 Dr. Baugh's ratio, pretty good, everything. Today, my ketones were a little bit lower, but my blood glucose still looks fantastic. Still a great Dr. Baugh's and a great GKI for this sardine challenge. Now, I am doing this. I did the sardine challenge for the omega-3s. I need that influx. I have a bad knee. I have some arthritis in it, as well as a torn meniscus. But what about weight loss? Now, I only share my results, and I try not to jump on the scale, but I only like to go by my monthly weigh-in. However, when I made the decision to join the gym, I also ordered from Amazon a body composition scale. Not those big ones where you stand on and you're hanging on. I couldn't afford anything like that. This is a simpler one. And it tests the things like your BMI, your percentage of fat, bone density, the sort of things that a 65-year-old woman needs to start worrying about. And so I got one, and it arrived the day before the Sardine challenge, and I thought, I can't wait till the end of the month before testing this out. I took my baseline at that point because I just was so excited about it. Now it does weigh about 2 pounds higher than my bathroom scale, but I thought it doesn't matter. The bathroom scale is gone. This is in. I'm going with this from now on. But here's what happened weight-wise for the Sardine challenge. All I lost was 0.2 pounds. But, and there's a big but here, this body composition scale tracks fat loss, percentage of fat. And because I worked out 3 times this week with, resistance, building muscle, I kind of expected my weight to go up. So 0.2 loss, not bad. But I lost 1.47% of my fat. My fat went down by, when I calculated it, by a couple of pounds. A couple of pounds of fat is gone, but I only lost 0.2 on the scale. So I'm telling you this because, not because I think everyone should go out and get one of these scales. They are a little pricey, but my birthday is coming up, and so the scale and the fitness class was kind of like, okay, this is what I'm going to do for myself. And so I've done that. My point in telling you about this is that it proved to me that the scale lies to us. All it tells us is that one number, and that number does not take into account, has your bone density changed? Has your fat to muscle composition changed? Like, we don't have a way of knowing those things. So to get upset, when we've done it, like who only loses 0.2 pounds when I've had, nothing but sardines for 3 days, 650 calories, 893, 919, low calorie, you sort of expect a whoop, the weight loss is going to the weight's going to fall off of you. Well, some fat fell off of me and I know it for a fact. But if all I had was that 0.2, I probably would have been, crying like, oh, I did all that and all I lost was 0.2 pounds. Just trust in the process that if you do the right things, eventually you're going to show it. Size small shirt, my first size small shirt. I will be taking my measurements at the end of the month, at the end of February, and sharing that because it's got to have, that's got to show up after a month, and I'll have a couple more weeks of exercise in by then as well. So I am just beyond excited. I feel like this is a turning point in my journey. For those that are new, maybe you're watching this for the first time. I have lost over 130 pounds, and I've just been kind of I feel like I've been spinning my wheels for the last few months, and there's been some small weight losses. In 2022, I did lose 27 pounds from January 1st to about October, nothing after that. So I haven't had any loss, any measurable loss since November 1st, basically. So that's kind of part of my journey. Plateaus are part of this journey, especially if you have a long journey, like if you have a lot of weight to lose. There's going to be plateaus, but we don't know what's happening underneath. We just know about the scale. So I don't know, to me, this is hopefully just a lesson to not cling to that number on the scale. Just keep doing the right things. If you do the right things, things will start to happen. They just are not going to happen on the schedule that I want or that you want, probably. So I think that about wraps it up. I'm excited to, continue this journey and continue sharing it with you guys. I hope this helps somebody out there feel encouraged. So I'll see you guys next week on the next Tuesday Talk, or hopefully you'll also check out some of my recipe videos. Talk to you later. Thank you.